The Don Lemon and Elon Musk drama just keeps going. Don Lemon spent this entire week complaining on X about how Elon Musk had canceled his show after an interview that the two had sat down and done, taking it even further off of X and then going back to the CNN, which was the company that fired him to begin with, to do an entire interview as to why Elon Musk sucks, screaming about free speech and how it's not fair. So Elon Musk and X released the contract negotiations that they had with Don Lemon to the Post, who reported on it. And you ain't gonna believe this shit. In order for Don Lemon to put his show exclusively on X, he was demanding all of these things, including a free Tesla Cybertruck, a $5 million upfront payment on top of an $8 million salary, an equity stake in the multi-billion-dollar company, and the right to approve any changes in X policy as it relates to news content. And this was according to the document that was sent to the Post. He also demanded a private jet flight to Las Vegas and a suite for him and his fiance, and that the company pay for their day driving and massages. Who does this guy think he is? Princess Di? Man hasn't changed. He is still a diva. He's still the same as he's always been. And I honestly think that he is still contracting for CNN and that he did this whole thing with X to try and infiltrate the news space that they had over there, especially after this list of just outrageous demands had come into play. Elon Musk had said that he can go ahead and stream his show on X and that Lemon could still make ad revenue from the streams that he did, that they weren't going to go into a contract with him, and rightfully so. What a man-child.
Yes, this is absolutely insane. Can you believe Don Lemon wanted all of this? It is no wonder Elon and Egg said no. In addition to the fact that he brought nothing special to the table with his show, Lemon wanted to have the right to approve any changes to news on X, a free Cybertruck, a fully paid for suit, day drinking and massages, all of this on top of an insane base salary of $5 million and upfront payment of $8 million. The demands are not out of this world. It is Don Lemon out of his mind to host a show on X. I've seen a lot of videos, people reacting to it. He went on The View to rant about it, trying to say Elon Musk begged him. Let me play this video so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.
When you left CNN last year, Elon Musk actively courted you to be on Twitter, X, whatever he calls it. Have you considered doing a show, he said, on this platform? Maybe worth a try. Audience is much bigger, said Elon Musk. But everyone knows how controversial Musk is. So I have to ask you, didn't you know this was going to end badly? He's, you know, Musk is not really, you know.
I went into this with my eyes open. And look, this is just an old saying in the South. And they say, you knew I was a snake before you picked me up. Yeah. I'm not saying he's a snake, but I'm just saying that it's relative to this. So I went into this with my eyes open. But truly, I went into it with the best of intentions. I heard your conversation just briefly about independence. I am an independent, regardless of what people think. You know, Elon Musk thinks I'm on the left or what have you. I'm an independent. I believe in free speech. I believe that people have the right to say whatever they want to say, but you suffer the consequences for it when you say it. Right. So I took them at their word. They courted me for months. Yeah. And when their new CEO came aboard, she courted me. Their management team courted me. They sweetened the deals with incentives. And I said that was the biggest and best place for me to launch a show. And because you know what's happening with television now and what have you, it's shrinking. Yeah. But I thought, why seed Twitter or X is one of the biggest social media platforms in the world, one of the biggest information platforms in the world. Why seed that platform to extremists? Yeah. So I wanted to get on there and I wanted to fight it out so everyone could have a voice. Yeah,
and they were basically begging you to do it.
Yeah, they were.
And you did it even though a lot of your friends told you were crazy.
Like you.
Thank you.
Like you.
I did too.
So Elon Musk famously claims to be a big proponent of free speech. He refers to himself as a free speech absolutist. He calls X the digital town squares. Yeah. And he willingly agreed to this interview that you asked for. And said that there were no restrictions. So what exactly happened? What set him off? And then he sends this terse text to your agent saying, contract is canceled. What was your reaction?
The law doesn't really work like that, Elon. Go ahead.
Well, all right, we'll talk about that, because there's a lot going on about that. What happened, really, look, I would say that is, that's a good question for Elon Musk, because he knows who Don Lemon is. He knew who I was. He asked me to come on the platform. He offered incentives and money. They agreed to a deal. They flew me out to Las Vegas. to announce this at CES. They trotted me out in front of clients, in front of advertisers. I went to the X and the Twitter offices to do client meetings and to try to entice advertisers back to the platform. So I was a good soldier. I was doing my job. So what happened? I think it was just uncomfortable for him to sit in front of someone and actually have to answer questions, to be held accountable.
Right.
To really, instead of being in a friendly, usually for the most part, his interviews are with a friendly crowd.
Did he not ever see you on television?
Yeah.
That's what I didn't understand, yeah.
Yes, but I would be.
Well, he thought because he was
thought he
paying
bought you.
You were supposed to kneel at the
must
altar.
But that's not what journalists do.
Right.
I know that, but he doesn't
And
know
there's,
that.
listen, there are people out there saying, you shouldn't, he was your boss. First of all, he's not my boss.
Right.
I didn't work for X. They had no editorial control over my show. They were a distribution partner. It was not an X show. Everyone thought it was an X show.
Right.
They only had exclusive content, just a
You know what is funny? Don Lemon is not actually saying all what we have learned. What he is saying here, it is like Elon Musk did not allow him to ask some real questions, talking about free speech. This was not all about free speech. He demanded things that Elon Musk saw like, are you insane? Are you crazy? I should give you a Cybertruck, a private jet to flew you from this to that. Totally insane. Look at the amount of money they were to pay him. My question is even like, what show can Don Lemon give someone or make someone to really watch and enjoy? Apart from what he was doing on CNN, I thought he has changed. Like he will bring some kind of, changes on Twitter that we will see. But at the end of the day, he is just even worse than he was on CNN. Yeah. Just imagine allowing Don Lemon to be editing news on X, to be telling people, oh, this is not good. It will be the old Twitter. We will not even be looking at it now like X. Because he would try to implement or even ask to, ban certain kind of people that say some ridiculous things, It is insane that Elon Musk even thought of bringing this guy back, which I know it was a business strategy to bring back advertisements on the platform, a good move. But he ended up this way, and I'm glad that Elon Musk watched the decision early. Maybe he could have even regretted,
Oh my God, I read
Jewish people, and I wanted to know if he felt any responsibility as someone who has one of the largest social media and information platforms in the world.
250 million people.
A 250 million people. I think it's 455 or 500 million users a week. And it doesn't seem that he feels that he has any responsibility with that because he seemed really averse to facts. That facts did not matter to him. It didn't matter that he retweeted things that were offensive to people. And this the whole idea of what I was asking him about, was it offensive, and did he feel that his platform should have better moderation?
Yes, what I can clearly understand here is like Don Lemon is still back on CNN because these are questions they have always wanted to ask Elon Musk. They use him, which is insane. These are the same talking point. This same Don Lemon, when Donald Trump was banned on Twitter, his response tells you he was not for free speech. He's now talking like an advocate for free speech, totally crazy.